good night,
Good night.
everybody. Seasons greetings to all the fans of Island fans. We are here and we are what 2 days before Christmas, 2 days before Christmas
Right.
Day. So for everyone who's watching, will watch. We wish you a blessed Christmas and a bright and prosperous New Year when that comes around. Fellas, good night to Moy. Good night to the Blues who's Kukwa, and good night to the other Jonathan. He's just here. Jonathan
Yep.
was just telling them fellas Merry Christmas. So same to you. So I'm sending the same regards to you too, guys.
Thanks, man. Merry Christmas to all you guys too, man.
Yes, guys. Same
All
here.
right. So yes, Moy, you are sitting top of the table. Before we get to the real football talk, you're sitting at the top of the table at Christmas. Was this
No,
what
let me
you wanted
correct
to
you.
do Christmas?
Sitting on top of the Christmas tree.
Oh,
I'm the star.
okay. Okay, I
Yep.
like it. I like that. I like that. So you're at the top of the Christmas tree. You're with a star. You're where they put the star, and so, ain't it?
Yeah, right up top.
All right. You're there. Sook was look like he's slipping on the way he put the gifts in there. So looking like that. That's what you want to end up.
Yeah, then then Christmas ball that you put on the tree and then the little children then go and take them off. That's what's happening at the moment.
Oh boy, that's
Yeah.
tough.
So then what you leave for number 4 then? That's the balls that fall and you just kick them away under the chair and you put them on the side and you say, okay, next year for that. The
Yes.
extra
Johnson,
number.
We'll
what's
go with
up,
that.
bro?
We'll
In
go
the
with
box
that.
and you put them away.
What's up, Johnny?
Yeah, I ain't complaining, Shaq. I'm happy. I can't wait
You
till
look
next
like
game week. I'm
you
just
look like
happy.
you ready for the Christmas eating. That's what you look like you
No,
ready for.
how you mean? Yeah, I'm not the place, man.
All right. I
Oh,
think Jalil is answering our question that I have in the title. Who do we want for Christmas? So we're going to get to that. We're going to
Yeah.
get to that right after we finish previewing the games. So we're going to get to that. So without any further ado, I think everybody is good. Everybody looks good. Everybody looks good. So let's jump straight into it. So can you remind me of the 2 games that we have cancelled already?
You have the
Liverpool,
Liverpool, Leeds, and Watford Wolves.
Liverpool leads, Watford Wolves. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
yep.
I think in this scenario, and of course, I'm not wishing that any team
Mm.
will get hit with COVID, but I think that cancellation, I don't know if it's Leeds or if it's Liverpool. I think
Mm.
that's this cancellation for Leeds is welcoming
Mm.
Yep.
because they
I
have
think
a
it's from
bunch of
Leeds.
injuries.
What was that?
It it was from Leeds. Leeds were the one who cancelled. Well, who requested the
Okay,
cancellation because of the
right. But
outbreak that they had.
this is a good time for them because their
Yep.
squad have been very depleted
Very,
with
very.
injuries plus
Yep.
no COVID.
Mhm. Mhm.
So it comes as a good time for them. And the other game was
Wolves.
Watford and Wolves. Mm. I think Watford have a couple of games in hand too.
Yeah.
If I could just I'm just going to find the table and see how
Mhm.
many games they are behind. I think Watford is here. Just put it up. Tottenham and Watford, they have a lot
Mm.
of games in hand.
Yeah.
Tottenham, they've only played 15
15.
games.
Mhm.
15 games.
That's only 3 games in
Watford,
hand, though. They can lose all of them.
Watford played 16. But Tottenham's on some good form right now. Tottenham's on
Oh,
good
Tottenham
form
just
right
in
now.
good form because they drought Liverpool. Tottenham just rubbish.
No, they draw with Liverpool. They beat West Ham yesterday. Beat
Everybody
West Ham
beats West Ham.
yesterday. That's not true. They wouldn't have been with
Okay, the
everybody
London
won't beat
clubs,
them.
the London clubs. West Ham doesn't win London derbies. Like, when is the
You
last
can't
time?
say that though, because Suko is right here next to you. You can't just say that.
Oh, you shot. I forget about Chelsea. No, I forget about Chelsea.
Yeah, you can't just say that, bro. You're talking too loosely. All right, let's jump right into it, guys. Burnley Everton. Of course,
Mm.
most of the games, I think 2 games are cancelled, so that leaves 8. So
Yeah.
7 of the games are kicking off on Sunday, are scheduled, I should say, to kick off on Sunday. Burnley Everton is the first one that they have listed here. Sean Dyche versus struggling Rafa Benitez. Moy, let's start with you. How do you see this going?
I see Everton taking the win, at least like a 1-0 victory.
Okay, I disagree. I would go with Burnley.
Oh,
But Burnley
oh
have some
wait.
Burnley have some injuries too, you know. I think
Oh wait there.
Kane is out.
But before you
Yeah.
move, I was looking at this stuff on some of the games, and this site actually has Burnley favorites to beat Everton also.
I
I
agree.
find it
I
interesting.
really agree with that. So I would go for Burnley 2-1, or it could be a 1-0 game for most of the game, and then they hit another one late when Everton is pressing. So I'd go 1-0 Burnley. Jonathan, you agree? Well, no, that's it.
Uh, Burnley Everton. Who's at home? Burnley's at home, right?
Yep.
Burnley's at home.
Yeah, a draw. I go for a draw. 1-1.
You go for a draw.
Mm.
Super, you're the expert.
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Yeah, I was gonna call 1-1 too. Think both of
Count
them.
1-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more
Everton,
interesting.
in Everton's defense, they can score goals. They can score
But I
goals.
think Richarlison, DCL supposed to be back, they're saying,
Yeah.
for that game. So it'll be interesting if they get him back up top
Okay.
again.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be interesting indeed. Man City, Leicester. Over the years, this one has been a very good game. A
Yeah.
bad troublesome game for City in most games. But hey, I think last season, didn't they? In the first meeting they had, they beat City 5-1. 4-1, what it was? 5-1 or 4-1. I don't remember how the return like went. But you can just give me more. This is your game. What do you think? It's 5-2.
I think you all know how much I hate Leicester. And I always say that they tend to cause a lot of trouble for City. If it's one team I probably fear at times is Leicester City, especially coming up against Vardy. But as again, I think the vitalness in this game it will be how well we can stop those two balls into Vardy and be calling on Rodri again for this game, as I've been for the season so far. Because if we manage to play like how he is and he actually managed to sit, there's no way I see them getting it behind unless it's some careless mistake from us. But on the form that we're in, I go in for a 3-1 victory for City.
Uh, yeah.
3-1. 3-1. You agree, Jonathan?
I was, I
Super?
was gonna I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah. I have a quick question. Does
Okay.
Leicester have any like injuries at all to Evans,
Um,
Vardy?
I'm
Yeah,
not
they have quite a bit, too.
Is Ndidi back? Is Ndidi? Is he back?
Let me see.
Because
Yeah,
I
he
think
I'm
played
it
the
was
not
last
seeing
Yes,
game.
anything
I
on the
think he's
news
back,
here.
Yeah, I think he's back.
mm.
I think he played centre back
The
the
right
last
back they
game.
had
Mm.
Richard.
Yes, I think Ricardo went down yesterday in that game yesterday
Yeah,
versus
Oh,
Liverpool.
yeah.
oh well.
Shock, shock. I might call maybe about 3-0 in that game to City.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think I rock with that. Yes, Leicester can be potent, but I
yeah, but
think we
not.
are like Super. You messaged me yesterday, and I'm
Yeah.
telling the fans here. When after Madison scored that goal,
Mm,
I said the game was done. I laid down and I went straight to sleep. I got up. I woke up from my phone went off. Super
yeah.
sent me a message and telling me, boy, Leicester what? We say we lost the battle or fraud or
Yeah,
something.
Bottle Rogers.
Yeah, Brendan Rodgers is a
Rogers.
battler. I mean, how do you lose from that
Rogers.
position? And look at
Exactly.
those two. Look at the time when those two goals went in.
Yep. Yep.
That's why I continue not to trust Leicester City. I just can't.
Mm,
And
yeah.
I agree with Sukwa. I see 3-0. 3-0 in this game.
Can we say just a quick side note here? Can we safely say now like Leicester's totally out the top four race? Because looking at the points, even though they have games in hand, I think they're totally out of it. They're out of it for me.
Let me see.
Even if they in and around it for me, Jonathan, it's not sustainable. So I agree with you. Yeah, they're out
Yeah,
of it.
they're about 10 points
They're
off
out.
for right
They're
now.
out.
So yeah.
Yeah, they're out of it for the season. Yeah, man.
They're out. Let's touch on now, Jonathan, coming straight to you. Norwich versus Arsenal. We hitting some good. We playing well. The youngsters are doing well. I see you
Yeah.
smiling there. You have your
Yeah.
smile back.
Mhm.
I'm going to ask you the question I asked you again last week. Does Arteta changes his team to put Smith Rowe in?
No.
All
You know,
right.
he starts Odegaard again, unless maybe he was tired from the League Cup. But that wasn't really a high intensity match, so he should be fine. So yeah, start Odegaard, same squad as usual, but get off those
Same.
players before like 60 minutes to give them some rest.
All right, Jonathan, you were on Pepe's neck the last show
Still
here
on.
last Thursday.
Still on.
Pepe, you still are after that
Still
performance
on, man. Caroline.
yesterday versus I think it's Tuesday.
Sunderland.
Yeah, you're still on his neck.
Yeah, that's League One defenders, man. This is not League
Wow.
defenders. This is League
But
One.
the quality is there. You that's undoubtedly that the quality is there.
Undoubtedly. But that's what's more frustrating for me in a shot. You know Pepe can do those things. He has the ability to do it. The first game he played in the Premier League, he had Van Dijk on toast at that Liverpool game. The man had Van Dijk card for the whole game. But he doesn't do it consistently. So that's my problem. So yeah.
I agree.
Don't
I
change
agree.
nothing.
But let me ask you a quick question before I ask you to your everybody's results in the game, our predictions on the game, I should say. Arteta has been in the job for 2 years now. What do you rate him? Or how do you rate him? On a scale from 1 to 10, of course.
6.
Give him a 6.
Yeah.
I think that's big.
He would be a 5 if he didn't have the FA Cup.
And the Community Shield, of course. That's put
Well, okay. Only because we beat Liverpool to win it. That's the only reason I say it.
So Sukwa, do you agree with our assessment?
For his rating, I would probably give him a 7. You know, based on what he has done. So,
I think. Go ahead, Suka. Sorry.
Yeah, based on how I think he's managed his team, that man has some serious balls, man. I mean, to drop Aubameyang, strip him of the captaincy.
More than one.
These are bold moves. So I think, and you've seen the results as in his decision making. So I would say a fair rating. I think based on what has happened, at least 7 out of 10. Yeah.
I don't know if to take this seriously or if Julian is trolling. He said 10 for Arteta. Let me how much you would give Ole? How much you would give Ole? But Moy, before I come to you, I'll just make this point on Arteta. I'm asking you the same question, Moy. What I would say.
Shaq, just give me 1 second, right?
Okay, cool. What I would say with Arteta, I think he has been a better manager than he's been a better head coach. That's why I would give him a 6, Jonathan. Yeah, because when you look at how he trimmed the squad, I know he's brought in what looks like the right set of players, but then I think though we still have to. There's still some questions that he needs to answer when it comes to on-field tactics, the player selection. So that's why I say he's been a better manager in terms of getting the team structured right than a better coach. More, you can go ahead. You agree with me and you agree with the 6, or you more leaning to Sukwa's 7?
Yeah, I'll drop a 6 on him too. Especially seeing how he started the season, gotten in some of the signings that he wanted. Especially these young talents, and we see like the likes of Tamiyasu coming in and holding down that right back slot. Very, very good. Ben White, even being a thing, he had criticism also about, he's not that well-known English talent. And then huge props to Ramsdale coming up from a relegation and, just an overall better keeper in the Arsenal kit. So, there's some way to go if he manages to get into that top 4 because, Arsenal is looking for improvement, trying to get back in Europe. I think he'll go down as a big plus for him so far.
All right. Now let's get in. Julian.
I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
If Arteta wins the League Cup, but I think we have the best draw out of everybody else, by the way. But anyway, if he wins the League Cup, but he finishes 5th, what do you rate that season? The League Cup and 5th, how do you rate that?
The League Cup gives us it'd be same thing like Europa. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like it. It wouldn't be the worst season, but I really do think from this position we can kick on. To win another trophy gives him more time for me. So
yeah, okay.
I run it to that's just a fair season. A 6. I'd give that a 6, Johnny. A 6.
Okay. All right.
I give it a 6. Give me top 4 and no trophy. I think that's even a better achievement in my mind. In my mind.
Okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
we all want to win trophies because that's what comes down. But I think that Arsenal, as a club, needs to get back amongst the big boys. I think that's where we need to be, and then we can win because we've won trophies and we've not been where we're supposed to be. And that's for me is not. I'm not comfortable with that. So get me back amongst the big boys. Then the next season, just let me win the FA Cup, and I take it. I take it. Jaleel is saying Arteta has been so instrumental in Arsenal in his past couple of years. Hope he stays forever. I think he's trolling. Why are we talking about people that don't have a job? I think he's talking about Ole. I think he's talking about Ole there. All right, so let's move on. Sorry. Prediction. So let's start with you.
For the Norwich Arsenal game, sorry,
Now it's Arsenal, right?
I would say about 3-0 Arsenal.
3-0 Arsenal. I love the sound of that. Boy,
I go 2-0
Just on
Arsenal.
just based on form and everything.
right. But to be honest,
Mm.
I think this is gonna be a difficult game. And I hope the conditions doesn't make it work
Mm-hmm.
because Norwich may have very low block and we may struggle. We may struggle to break them down. Jonathan.
Oh, this is one. This is a rough one. I think it's gonna be difficult. Is that the Emirates, right?
No, it's
No,
in Norwich.
away.
Oh, he's away. Ooh. That's 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0. I
Martinelli
can lean at
score again.
2-0 too. I can lean at 2-0. A lot of people, this is my last point on this Arsenal and Arsenal. A lot of people have been saying what they want about Granit Xhaka, but tell you, man, when this man steps into the midfield, take away the momentary lapse in judgment. This man is a class midfielder. I'm just saying. Let's move on. Tottenham Crystal Palace. Another London derby. And if we remember, when they met in the first round, Crystal Palace beat them. So can Tottenham get revenge? Let me check it. Can Tottenham get revenge on Crystal Palace?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was
Remember
3-0.
that 3-0 was under Nuno.
Yes, it was on the Nuno.
Okay. Under Conte,
Early in the season too.
that's not happening. That's not happening.
Okay, you're confident.
Not under Conte. Not under Conte. Conte was a title winning manager of Chelsea, so I can tell you that's not happening under Conte.
Okay, all
That
right.
was Mourinho.
But I can also remember that same title winning manager Arsenal put 3 past them, but hey.
Yes, and it was a turning point to go on to win the title.
So
Don't
then you
forget
should
that.
tell me thank you. I should
All
get
right,
some
well,
props on something for that.
yes, belatedly. Thank you.
JR is saying 2-0 Spurs.
Yeah, that's a first score line. That's what I can think.
Okay, all right, Suko agrees with that 2-0 score line. Moy?
I agree with you also.
2-0. Harry Kane. Anybody has Harry Kane on the score sheet? Jonathan, you're thinking Harry Kane is back on the score sheet?
Son.
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 And you going for 1-0?
But I can see.
Nah, 2-1 Crystal Palace. Spurs.
Okay. All right. I love that.
2-1
I love that. 2-1 Palace. Go ahead.
Look, I mean, the goal Harry Kane scored against Liverpool, I was like, that reminded me of what Harry Kane's supposed to be doing. Harry Kane's supposed to be up in the box, running onto the through passes and stuff. So I think if he continues staying up top like the way that he's supposed to be playing in that system, he scores again this weekend.
Okay, so let me switch before we switch totally the fantasy days to Kwa. So is it time to bring Harry Kane back in our team because he's a premium forward? So you don't want when you put Harry Kane in, you're expecting goals. You're expecting to captain somebody who's going to cost you that much.
Yeah, I think Son is a better pick though.
You will go. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Son is a better pick.
That's interesting.
And he's cheaper.
Okay, Jaleel is back with the same comment again, and he said for weeks upon weeks, Doc, how much times I come in this show and said Spurs rejected 150 million euros and Bernardo Silva for Harry Kane.
Mm,
You have said so. You have said so, and I'm pretty
yeah.
sure they are ruining it right now. They are probably ruining it right now, Julian. West Ham, who lost yesterday to Tottenham, they face Southampton. Hot and cold Southampton. You never know what kind of Southampton you're going to get. I would give Everton, not Everton, West Ham the edge here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody disagree?
No,
Mm,
don't disagree. Yeah, 2
no.
0 West Ham. 2 0 West Ham.
Okay, all
Is
right.
that West
I
Ham,
think
right?
this is gonna be a good game.
1-1.
Julian is still Moises 1-1. Okay.
Is
Okay.
that West Ham?
It's at West Ham, London Stadium.
We have to remember
Yeah.
that all their big results, most of them have come at West Ham. I think the fans are going to
Mm,
get behind them, especially after this run of form they've been having, and really be
Mhm.
up for it. So I think it's going to be a 2-0 West Ham.
Okay. Julian is still on Spurs, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, and I'm sure Jonathan would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Spurs shouldn't even be spoken about. I agree. Seriously, how they even a big team is beyond me. I just don't know why we keep mentioning these people. They don't win. They don't win things. My goodness. Um, he's laughing. West Ham is trash against small teams. Okay, okay. I hear you. And I see the subtle dig right there, but I will leave it alone. He says he agrees with Moy. I'm going with Moy 1-1 as well. Okay. All right. This is what I think is a good game. Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Because in the first leg, in the first round when they faced each other, Suko, I think we spoke about it, and I think I
mm-hmm.
remember us saying Aston Villa were the better team. You were quite
Mm-hmm.
fortunate to come out
Mm-hmm.
with a victory there. And I think I remember Kovacic had a brilliant pass in that game to Lukaku.
Yeah, I
Is
think
that game?
Lukaku scored twice in that game. That
Right.
was his first game for Chelsea after
Yes,
he had
it was
signed on
3
for
0.
them.
It was 3 0.
Yeah.
It was 3 0.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sukwa, more of the same, or I think this is going to be a much more difficult game
Yeah, that would be
for
a
you.
very difficult game in Aston Villa. It just depends on who starts up top for Chelsea. I know that Lukaku was back in training. That was the last thing I saw.
Okay, okay.
They might be forced again to go with Pulisic up top, which of course doesn't really work. The only thing I see what Pulisic does well is that he can draw a foul in the box very well because of his pace and his quick feet as well. But I want to go on something where I could say probably Chelsea can get the result 2-1 in that game.
There is one thing, Supa is always very reserved with his prediction,
2-1, 2-1,
especially
because our form is not
especially
good
when it
right now.
comes to 2-1.
2-1
2-1. All
Chelsea.
right, 2-1. 2-1 Chelsea. Okay. I can't tell last Brighton have played though. I feel like they haven't played in
Yeah.
ages. They come up against Brentford. I think I saw Ivan Toney back. I think Ivan Toney is back. So Brentford or Brighton? I would go personally. I'm going with Brentford for an away win.
I'll go with Brighton winning that game.
You go
I think they're
Brighton.
fresh. Yeah,
Okay.
they're well rested, I believe, in terms of not being
But
playing for the
to
last 3 weeks.
just to,
Mm,
right. To just go back to your game yesterday in reference to Brentford. They
mhm.
had some good chances yesterday to go up in
Yes,
that
yes.
game.
hmm Yeah, I think if I think Chelsea had some good chances as well too, but
True, true.
had probably had both teams taken their chances, you could have seen probably a high scoring game, like maybe a 5 goals shed between like 3-2 either way, because
Right.
they did have chances in front of Chelsea's goal as well, that they scuffed chances that they didn't put away.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Jonathan, did I get you? Where you say you're going?
I'm just looking at Brighton's form real quick. Brighton haven't won a match since probably September. I'm looking at October, reach October now. Brighton still haven't won. Nope, still haven't won. Still haven't.
Yeah, they have in the last 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
In the last 5 games, they have lost. They have lost 2 and drawn 3. The
The
last
last
5
time,
games.
the last time they won a Premier League match was the 19th of September against Leicester, 2-1. I have to with Brentford. Oh, a
You go
Brighton.
with Brentford. All right, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Moy.
Yeah, I'm going with Brentford also. A
You go
sneaky
with
one.
Brentford.
Mhm.
All right. Let's touch on this game because in this game it features some person's goats, but not my goat. Couldn't be my goat. Couldn't ever be my goat. Manchester United. They are away to Newcastle. They thrashed Newcastle in Ronaldo's first match in his return to Old Trafford. A
Mhm.
lot of people are saying that we should put Ronaldo in our team because this is gonna be more of the same. And personally, I can't say I disagree. Newcastle, I think
Mhm.
if you want to pick a team to play against right now, it would be Newcastle.
Yeah.
How do you guys see this going? Jonathan, let's go with you. Let's start with you.
5-0 United. Y'all
You
laughed.
said
I'm
that with a
serious.
straight face. You're serious.
I'm so
You
serious.
serious,
5-0
guys.
United. And here's what
5-0 United.
they're gonna have to have a response, even though they won against Norwich. That was such a horrible performance. You have to respond after that. And they're at home, right? United is at Old Trafford, right?
No, they're
No, they're
away.
playing. They're
It didn't
playing
even
away.
matter anyway. So okay, since it's at St. James,
Newcastle.
4-0. 4-0 St. James at
4-0.
St. James. Ronaldo to score 2, Rashford to score, and yeah, 4-0. 4-0.
Okay. All right. 4-0. I don't know. This is what I was saying before I come to you guys. Jazz is saying 3-0 Manu. The thing with Newcastle for me, just like last week, in the first goal that they conceded, even though they weren't as horrible as I think they used to be this season, they shot themselves in the foot last week. That first goal that Manchester City scored, they shouldn't have conceded that goal.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
second one, they allowed Cancelo too much time to do all those things that he did, and still didn't close him down. So I'm saying that when you look at
Mhm.
Newcastle, they're shooting themselves in the foot. They just need to stop the run. I don't know what needs to happen, but most times when I watch the games, all I see, or you can point to somebody making an error, somebody getting a red card, getting sent off in the first 10 minutes of the game. They keep making these simple errors that's going to probably get them relegated.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
Moy, you beat them last week. Do you think Newcastle is going down, or should we expect a busy January in the transfer window from them?
I mean, I think I heard rumors that they were saying they were planning to bring in a couple players, or at least one or two players to try
McKenny
help
and
them
so
get
from
out of this.
Juventus. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I mean, it is expected because it would be very humiliating. You get such a big takeover like that, and then you bounce down to the championship. But there's always that part in like a Newcastle, because they have a Saint Maximin and they have a Callum Wilson that can manage to turn up on a given day and have a good run. But then currently against United, I really don't see them doing it. So I
Mhm.
think they're going to score. I'm going with a 2-1 victory for United.
2-1. That's a close game. That's a close.
Mhm.
If I can
Yeah.
remember too, I think last season Bruno Fernandes had a ball against them too. I think they won like 4-1 or something. I can quickly check the score. But I Manu shows up. I'm going 3-0 Manu. I'm going
Mhm.
3-0 Manu.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that
you
Yeah,
that's
I
see,
saw a
probably
similar
one of the
scoreline.
reasons.
oh yeah, you see, it was 4-1. Yeah, it was 4-1.
Mhm.
So
Because
so so
United
Sunday
haven't had
guys.
a good showing recently, so that they're still not that United that we'd expect them to look like. They're still kind of finding themselves also, but
Mhm.
not the levels of Newcastle. So
Look,
I,
Newcastle can turn it up, They can. I just don't know. They keep making individual errors. The point I'm going to make, Johnson, will come to you right now. In the last 3 games I'm seeing here, Manchester United have scored a total of 11 goals against Newcastle in the past 3 games,
Mhm.
and they've only conceded 3. So that's 11-3 on aggregate over the past 3 games. Johnson, go ahead.
yeah, when you look at the table carefully, I think Newcastle almost 100% is going down. It would be a miracle if they step. If you look at the table,
100%.
Newcastle has played 18 matches. They're the only team in the top 60 in the bottom six teams to have played 18 matches. Everybody else around them, bottom and above, have played 3 fewer games, 4 fewer games, or 2 fewer games. There's no way they're coming back from that. And they're like way
Oh,
off the pace with 10 points too. So, and then when you think about it too, looking at the situation they're in, what players realistically are going to go to that bad of a situation to say, oh, just for the money, I'm going to try to help them come up, knowing full well you're going to probably be playing in a championship next season. I don't know who they can really attract for that kind of thing.
They would probably do some short-term contracts. I think that may be the best bet. Short-term, pay you good amounts of money for 6 months and see how it goes.
Yeah, but
That may be the stage of
I think a
contract.
lot of people have been really overhyping it. I hear people throwing out names like Lingard and this. Lingard not going to go to Newcastle to help them in a relegate Delhi Alliance. They're not going to go to Newcastle to help them in a relegation.
Delhi Alley is playing now. Yeah. Delhi Alley is playing now.
That's not happening. They need to get more realistic, Newcastle, man.
Okay, but Jonathan, to your point, Jat is saying, okay, Jat is giving some names here. He's saying Bale.
No.
He also says Coutinho.
No.
These would be some really interesting names, and I would love it. I just hope I play them again before they get their star, man.
No, but as fans, we want that kind of story. But realistically, those kind of players prefer to sit on Real Madrid's bench and Barca's bench than go for a team that is most likely going to go in the championship. Can you imagine Bale and Coutinho in the championship?
But it would matter. It would matter to them. They're not coming to think about the championship. They're coming for 6 months.
And then the type of players you sign for relegation scrap. These are players that work hard, grit, grinding. Those are the kind of players you get Nick up to stay up. Bale and Coutinho and Dele Alli and Lingard. They're not running around putting in the work and stuff like that,
What I would say, and I don't know how many of you will agree, but I don't think the squad that Newcastle has is a relegation team. I think they're not doing as well as I think the squad of players that they have can do. So I think they're in a tough spot right now, but they have the quality. I think they have the quality to be better than Watford, to be better than Leeds right now. I do.
I really
6 points clear them with anyway. Go ahead.
I really and truly would like to see them stay up, especially to see what they would do with the money and the pieces that they would have to try to fill in. Because realistically, they're not a bad team, as Shaq said. It's just the position that they're in now that you wonder what type of players are they going to get to come and help them, So it's just a tricky situation for them.
Okay. All right. So guys, that's the preview. We don't know how many of these games will go forward. Maybe when we wake up in the morning, God willing, you see 2 more games being postponed. It seems like every other game can get postponed but the Arsenal game. So most likely, guys, you'll at least get to watch Arsenal on the weekend, which is usually a good thing. It's usually a good thing. But what I wanted us to just go through before we end off the show, guys, it's Christmas. It's Christmas time, and I want to ask you, everybody here on the panel, everybody who's watching us right now, you can tell me if your team is signing gets a Christmas gift, a Christmas miracle. I'm not saying nothing outrageous, because yes, I know it's easy to call the Mbappes, the Messis. I think you can call all these big names, but I think that we can be more meticulous and smart about how we think about our team. What's realistic about our team? If you could choose one player for Christmas that your team could sign or should sign, or that you would think if you're in you get a blank check. Put it that way. You get a blank check to sign one player. You don't have to be a £100 million player. It could be the profile of a player that you think, you know what, my team is lacking this, and I see it in that person. Who would it be? Think about that, guys, for a minute or so. Let me get to Joe's comment. Joe is saying here, they aren't that badly off at this point. The performances against Pool and City shows improvement. They lost, but nothing like most people would have expected. All right, okay, I have some names coming in too. And if it's not too much to write, I would like you to just explain why you think that this profile of your player would suit your team. All right, so let's go Let me start with Super. Look like he's still thinking. More have infinite money. More accustomed to money. More accustomed to blank check. So we're gonna go with more because money. Hey, Jonathan, money ain't no problem. Ain't
Hey,
no problem. Ain't no problem.
the
So
man put his
more.
hand in his pocket. Yo, shot the man put his hand in his pocket and he hand reach his ankle. What you doing?
But Jonathan, you don't even know that the pocket is the petty cash.
Oh,
The pocket is the petty cash. Suppose the man go in the wallet.
oh no, man.
All right. So Moy, before we get to the comments, we have some names in the comments here. Moy, tell me one player, most like the profile of player you think that your team is lacking right now. If you could just throw a name out there that you would say, yo, wake up January 1st. This is what I want to see.
Aye. How's the transfer negotiations go right now? I can't even do them kind of things to that. But really, you would love to see the Haaland, but realistically, how things would look in, you would stand a better chance of seeing Vlahovic at City,
Oh, no.
especially with him rejecting those contracts. I know Pep said in the press conference today that we won't be signing a striker in January. We would stay until summer to get in the striker. But if we had to go for one, I would choose him as the most realistic option and not so expensive to just fit in the slot.
Okay. All right. So for someone say Vlahovic to City for Moy. Sukwa,
Hmm.
because we have, you know what? No, let's go with Jonathan. Let's go with Jonathan. Then we do Sukwa. Then I'll give mine. All right. So Duena, what do you say?
Okay, can I do like two? Because one is gonna be a loan shot. So since not
Okay. All right. Okay with the technicality. Go ahead.
loan. So we can loan Renato Sanchez until the end of the season, come January. But
All
the
right.
real miracle one now is if we were to sign permanently Vlahovic. Oh boy. If we get those two in the window, in the January window, that's amazing.
Vlahovic and Renato Sanchez on loan. Okay. I mean, it's your Christmas wish list. I won't comment on it. I
All
won't
right.
comment on it. Sukwa, before
Well,
Joe says Haaland. So Moy, he wants Haaland to come to Arsenal. Sukwa, just before you come in, a fellow Chelsea fan wants
mhm.
Kunde.
Yeah.
That's where you
I
were
thought
going.
of him. I was thinking of him. I know that there have been talks. Now, this is more now a realistic transfer, like rumor. I mean, more or less. There have been discussions about it, and we were linked with him last season. Um, so I'm thinking that Chelsea's still looking for a another very good centre back. So you could continue to keep those pairings, especially because of what has happened with Christiansen and him not renewing as yet. So I believe
Right.
Tuchel is already looking beyond him as a possibility. But also I was thinking of a left wing back because we haven't had Chilwell because he's out injured.
Hmm.
Alonso is not a good. I mean, I've always said that Alonso is very good going forward, but he's not a very good defender, and that is where a lot of our goals have been. We've considered a lot of goals on that wing
On
since
that
since
side.
Ben Chilwell. So I saw we were also linked with Dest from Barcelona. So
Yeah, I
I
feel like a hype
I
around
was
him. I'm not convinced though.
yeah. So I mean, you have many options like that right now in the window. That's I mean, yeah, you're saying probably yes. You're talking about a blank check. You're thinking of a player that can be like anybody that you could sign in January. But I'm saying there are
Yeah.
not many options right now. So
No,
you know,
I mean,
mhm,
Tuchel, no, just
yeah,
let your mind be free. Let your
mm,
mind be free. Don't think of any restrictions. You walk
yes,
in the office and you say, "Yo, come with me," and you take them back to the bridge. Who would that
right,
be? Let your mind go
yes.
free. Me
Haaland,
personally,
I think everybody, all clubs
everybody want Haaland.
want
No,
Haaland up top. Yes,
no, I would take Haaland.
yes.
Man about to
Oh,
chat
yeah.
craziness and he cut out now. What you
Yeah.
doing?
That's what the Arsenal money just cut short there a little while. So the bankruptcy. That's what happened when the negotiation just
Yeah,
failed instantly.
yeah,
That's
that's
what
what
was
happened.
failed
Arsenal looking for much
negotiation.
big players, and then boy,
No, no,
you
no.
Yeah.
just you just see a transfer rumor dead, just like Shaq.
Okay, I am back. I am back. I am back. Back again. Back again. Okay, so Joe's saying here, as we build and the direction we're going, it's clear. We're going in is clear. A Haaland with what we have is perfect. We have youths that are ready in every department except striker. We could use a solid
Mhm,
midfielder. I agree. To
mhm,
replace Shaka, he continues, Joe continues. To replace Shaka, but bringing in a young striker that's ready to mesh with this young core would be phenomenal. Vlahovic would be a second option for me personally. Haaland has been doing this longer. Some boy red
mhm.
light mystery. Yeah, I see it. I hear it. I hear you. Joe, you gotta cut me off. Okay, so let me give you mine. Go
Mm-hmm.
ahead.
Good. Oh yeah, I was thinking about what you were saying to Suko because I wasn't being free my mind. If I could go into any club right now and pick a midfielder, I'll go to Barca and pick Frankie De Jong and tell him to come. Put him next to Party. That would be ideal. Wait, the man cut out again.
Shaq Chipot again.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm back.
I'm having a rough negotiation process over there, bro.
No, but maybe they calling Moise. They're calling me right now. That's why the stream messing up. I've been trying to make
Make
calls already. Go ahead, Johnson. I think I can hear you now.
Yeah, I was just saying if
Here we
I
go.
could pick any midfielder in the deep line role next to Party, I'd go Barca and pick Frankie De Jong and tell him to come permanently. In a perfect world,
Okay.
to me.
Okay. All right. For me personally, I would walk in to Leicester City and take Tielemans.
Yeah, he's been
I
saying this for
would.
years.
I don't know if you remember. We did a show last year around the same time, more and
Yeah.
similar topic. I seriously, I would take Tielemans
Yeah.
and a party in pivot. That would be for me. That would be wonderful. But of course, if Joe say Haaland to pass through, Haaland to pass through.
The Cody, yeah, boy.
I
Haaland
I, I
pass.
I
can't argue with that.
I think when we did it last year, I think I said Goretzka. I think I wanted Goretzka at City
Mhm,
for my signing.
Ooh, that's a name, boy.
Really?
mhm,
For right
Oh,
now.
I mean, yo, Goretzka is a very good player, because
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
he could even help interchange. Could even have interchange with
mhm.
Rodri even self, and he just has that physical presence both sides of the ball, you know.
Yep,
Yo, Shaq,
yep. I
Can
think
you already?
Goodwin,
Go
Goodwin
ahead,
have
Johnny.
like Goodwin just named one of my favorite players ever that I've ever
Joshua
seen in my
Kimmich.
lifetime. Kimmich, I rate
Kimmich.
Kimmich so highly, right? The man is just world class. Kimmich is world class to me. That's
Mhm.
just how I feel about him. Goodness.
All right. Okay. Let me just make a quick. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm here. Right. So Kimmich is definitely a good shout. Kimmich would be definitely a good shout for me. I would take Kimmich. I would take Kimmich. Yeah, definitely. He continues to go at the baller, but that man would kick you down in the prem. Sometimes he's too slow on the ball. He has an eye for goal too, you know. He has an eye for goal too. Okay, our last question before we wrap up and we call it a night and we wish everybody Merry Christmas because we won't see y'all again until we won't come to y'all again before that time. Um, 2021. All right, it's coming to an end. We got like 8 more days left. Okay, just quickly because I know I didn't tell you how to prepare, but just off the top of your head, who disappointed you in 2021, and who are you looking forward to seeing their growth, their maturity, how they develop in 2022? That may be a tough one. So let me just let you think about it because it could be from your team. It could be from your team. It could just be football. Really, it could just be the general football world. But if you could think about someone who like, yo, in 2021, I expected this man to kick up a storm, and he didn't. He probably just like a rain cup, no win and so. Okay. All right. I'm getting
Mm,
some names. I'm getting some names here. Joe. Okay. I think Joe is saying that he's a disappointment. Aubameyang.
mm.
Obama who? Obama what? Obama disappointment. That's what he said. Obama disappointment. Joe, I agree with you. I think having signed that contract, you remember Arsenal made a big thing about it. Signed the thing. I can remember when they went live on Instagram. You see somebody walking in, putting down the Black Panther mask. Then they're putting down this, and then they're putting down that. All in the see before he came in, and then he came on camera. He said, "Hey guys, I signed the thing." And since the man signed the thing,
It's not
since the
like
man
it's
signed the
real.
thing, I just don't know how go on. The man start coming game late. And the man say, I don't understand how he come at the game late when he had the fastest car. I just don't get it. But I agree with Joe. I agree with Joe. He has been a big disappointment. Jayata, he says Timo Werner. I think he's saying that is his disappointment. Moy, let me start with you. You ready? I need a couple more. You
Yeah,
need a little more time. Go
I'm
ahead. Who's a
ready. I'm ready.
disappointment?
Um, I'm gonna go with Sterling for the 2021 thing because he hasn't been that player that I expected him to do. He hasn't really been consistent with the numbers. Hot and cold for the whole of the season. So he'll be yeah. Let me just go straight forward and say disappointment. He'll be the disappointment of 2021 for me, for my club per se.
Okay. All right. Hold on to what you're looking forward to in 2022. Let's just get through the disappointments. Suhua, who disappointed you the most?
Um, for me, I mean, this, I'm looking at closer to my club itself. I
Mhm.
expected more from Pulisic,
Okay.
right? The hype coming around him, coming into the team. Um, for me, I just need him to stay a little more on his feet when he plays the game. I think if that happens,
If
I
you have a player.
think he just falls too quickly in the game, and that doesn't really help us because I think he's a better player than that. And I'm hoping. I mean, he has his chances now because as you can see, we've had the injuries up top as well. So it's an experiment with him going forward. But he's also a squad player um, that we will need later on. I want to see a little more from him um, going up top. Um, he's more as a winger, but I think if he can establish a little bit or get some form, he can be a difference maker for us towards the back end of the season. But it's something I would like to see, a player that came with a. It wasn't a small
I
price tag that
expect
he
you
came
to-
across with,
All right.
and he's very hyped
All
to
right.
come in. For I guess more or less the USA national team itself. Even though that's a different topic altogether. But
I mean, he's all
just
they
to
have,
see.
isn't it? He's all they
Yes,
have.
exactly.
All right. Okay. I think I'm a bit delayed, guys. So just bear with me as we finish up the show. Jonathan, who's your biggest disappointment?
Yeah. So like the start the season, right? When we were looking at Arsenal, we were hoping we could get top four. We really were.
I think I know what this
But
guy's trying to say.
it wasn't looking good. It wasn't looking good because all of the teams around us had proper teams, and like they looked better than us, and we had finished eighth for 2 seasons in a row, so it was
Right.
looking rough. But at this start, or this, as the season went on, we got a little hope here and there. But I was just really hoping this person could hang in there and just give us the performances we needed. But Ollie really disappointed me, man. Ollie just really disappointed me. I was hoping that he could stay there just long enough, just long enough so that don't do too bad where you get sacked right away, but just don't lose to Liverpool, but don't lose 5-0. Just keep your
Wait,
job.
wait, wait, wait. I hear him right. Who you said?
Ole Gunnar
Only gonna.
Solskjaer was the biggest disappointment of the season.
Yo, if you while one more time, bro.
I was really hoping he could stay in his job for long. I was really sad, man. I was hoping.
Okay, all right. Okay, my biggest disappointment, I'm gonna get to that, and I think Joe just mentioned it. He's saying that Sancho too. He expected better from him, nothing crazy, but better. And this is for Suko. Captain America doesn't have superpowers, bro. That is thing. And Jonathan,
Yeah.
the man said you win definitely. That was really funny. I agree with Joe here. Pepe, Pepe, boss, Pepe. How could I forget? Pepe, he's that youth. He's that youth that let me down. Whether it is, yeah, let me not say it's him because when Arteta has dropped him, there have been reasons why I can see. Yeah, I'm not mad to the point where I like Arteta out because he dropped Pepe because I can see inconsistencies in his play in his game that says, you know what, the man could get dropped. And then when you put Saka there now, you see the level Saka is playing at. He's my biggest disappointment. He is definitely my biggest disappointment 2021. Especially since the start of the year, because he finished last season very well. And he coming in, just haven't hit the ground running. I was going to start with Moy for his thing, but let's start with Sukwa. Who are you looking forward to the most in 2022?
um, just generally,
Generally, yeah, it don't matter.
mm,
It's football.
I would hope. I would hope for me. I would hope that Lukaku can live up to to the price tag coming back
Ooh.
across to Chelsea in that last parts of the season. If he can give us that boost that we need, so let us see. That is my anticipation for
Look at
for
that. Look at
yeah.
that. He agrees with you.
Well,
And he also says Kai
but
Havertz.
yeah.
Okay. Joe is saying here we wanted Pepe at the start of the season. We got it, and he did nothing. We expected a bang after that late run end of season last year. You're right, Joe. You're spot on there. Jonathan,
Yeah,
who are you
I was
looking
I was
forward to
looking.
in 2020?
Yeah, I was just looking at the stats to make sure I was chatting some sense before I said it. But Smith Rowe for me is the most exciting thing for me at Arsenal to see where he can go this season. And if you look at the stats, Bruno Fernandes, when everybody was hyping him, I think I didn't get that stat yet. I think he scored 9 goals last season, right? And I don't know if anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. And Smith Rowe this season has 7 goals already, right? Just think about that. Emil Smith Rowe has 7 Premier League goals this season. And he hasn't started every game.
Yeah.
He hasn't played full minutes all the time. So when he come off the bench, he has 7 Premier League goals from midfield. And I'm just wondering how far he can go and develop himself this season. That's really exciting for me.
Okay. All right. I'll give mine because it's on the same line. I would say Martinelli because it's been a couple of seasons now. We're like, yo, this man, he looks good. Since that wonder, well, I won't say it was wonder goal, but it was after that great run at Chelsea there, and he had some good runs in the Europa League, and then he had this big injury, and we like Martinelli came back, got injured again, or he wasn't starting many matches. I'm looking at Martinelli for 2022. He's in the team now. And just like what Johnson says, he is doing a hell of a job to be keeping Smith Rowe, who is Arsenal's top scorer, out of the team right now. So he's doing a hell of a job. So I'm looking forward to say, yo, what can the ceiling be? Because he can be he can go to that number 9 position. Because you done Laka's contract is coming to an end. Aubameyang has one more year in his contract. He looks like he may be out. He could step right into that mold. I say I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. Moy, let's finish off with you.
I have to player based and club wise. I would love to see Jack Grealish kicks off some form. You know,
Mhm.
not really. I'm just putting the price tag aside, even though he really can't go aside. But I would like to see that Jack Grealish type of player where he kicks up a storm, try to get in the box and do what he wants to do, and be that second highest creativity player that we bought. And for the club, what I would really love to see is City finally getting that coveted Champions League title that we've been always going for. And if that get one, I think that would be a really good 2022.
Yes, that
Okay. All
elusive
right.
Champions League title.
Yeah.
That
Once
elusive
Chelsea,
Champions League
once
title.
once Chelsea not in the finals, I good.
Hey, don't be salty about last season, bro.
Looking forward to our young
Alright,
core. This is what Joe's looking forward to in 2022. All of them. I'm also looking forward to Messi this second half of the season. For all the people
Mhm.
talking on his mighty name about his numbers. Look,
Mm.
Messi's made for the big time, Joe. You know that. Messi's made for the big time. So
Mhm.
Oh,
let's see.
all
Let's
right.
see what happens. I think this is why I don't think the Champions League is coming. Yeah, I just said Champions League is not coming.
Looking forward to World Cup too.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's at the end of the year. That's at the end of the year.
Yep.
Okay.
Ronaldo and Messi's last one,
All right.
probably.
hmm
Neymar too.
Ronaldo too.
Neymar. Oh boy. Ram goes.
All right. Okay, guys. So you're right. That's the show for tonight. All right, we had an interesting discussion. We're looking forward to the
Yep.
games this week. We're hoping that Arsenal can continue to win. Manchester City seems like they're steamrolling everybody on their way to another title. Chelsea faltering over the past couple of weeks, but I mean the quality in that team, you expect them to bounce back. So as long as these games go ahead, we pray that there's no more cancellations, nobody else catching no COVID, of course. Especially here in Antigua, the curfew is relaxed, but I hope nobody wires out. Hope nobody wires out. John tell you tomorrow is ball, innit? Tomorrow is ball.
Yeah, boy.
So we run our ball. We stay in our in a nice little bubble, as I like to call it, and we have fun. Enjoy our Christmas weekend coming up. So guys, stay safe, have fun, have a safe night, and enjoy what the season brings to you guys. We out.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.